Hello, good folks. It's another time to get impacted on Amagat Radio Communications. Our theme this quarter is Lagos as the economic gateway of Africa, prospects and possibilities. Lagos as the economic gateway of Africa, prospects and possibilities. I'm your anchor, Abiodun Abari. Now, let's go. We have been able to give you the historical background of Lagos, geographical background, the positional advantages, the historical trading posts, label of Lagos, and not just the natural resources, but also talking about the human resource element, right? The hustle, the bustle, the energy that actually pervades the city that you can feel. I mean, the influx of people that look for that proverbial greener pasture, that look for the better life, coming across even the West African coast. Thousands are migrating to Lagos on a daily basis looking for greener pasture. And of course, we talked about the creative economy. All right, talking about Nollywood, talking about Afrobeats, and that impact on global culture and how it has translated into GDP growth, and how, of course, can also be used for soft power, creating influence that can translate into economic gains for Lagos and, of course, for Nigeria. All right, so you understand that Lagos serves as that creative epicenter of Africa, and the cultural output of Lagos has significant impact globally, because it functions as something that is incredibly potent as a form of soft power, and generate economic benefits, and of course significant foreign flows. Okay, looking at what our creative people, what they earn in terms of foreign exchange, right? Looking at Burna Boy, for instance, that had to do a show in the last World Cup, okay? And of course, that's working with Shakira, and must have earned some mega bucks in dollars, which will have also impacted GDP. All right, so if you want to talk about Lagos's impact too, in terms of the creative economy, right? And being able to be a source of potent soft power, okay, for Nigeria, right? Creating that massive influences, the impact that especially Afrobeat is having, okay, on global culture. Okay, so looking at the evolution, Nollywood's commercial evolution too, something that we had a low budget, direct to video formats, but what we have today is more sophisticated. Talking about multi-million-dollar cinematic force, cinematic setup, that you have across the board, the Afro-Lions, the Ogidons, and are doing fantastically well, and also impacting globally, and also contributing to Lagos' status as that economic gateway of Africa. So, of course, Lagos is the operational hub for these creative minds, for Nollywood in general. Of course, you have Asaba, you have Abuja, but Lagos' position, okay, hosting major production studios, hosting post-production facilities, hosting, multiple cinema chains, cinema complexes, and also talk about the distribution companies, the distribution firms, the agencies too. Okay, are well situated in Lagos, and cementing Lagos status as that creative epicenter. All right, and also look at the visibility of global giants, global streaming giants like Netflix, like Amazon Prime Video, and the level of investment they've made, again, in terms of producing original content, local content. Lagos produced content, as it were, right? So that you understand how these investments have been this investment monetize, okay, enabled the monetization of the Nigerian storytelling, the Nigerian narrative, Nigerian perspective for that global audience, right? And you have that impact on the process of directors, of script writers, of set designers, of animators, and all people who work on set, right? So you have that impact on them economically. It's very, very significant. Yes, and of course we talk about that Afrobeats explosion, as it were. Talking about the Davidos, the Whiskey, the Burna Boys. Of course, Davido is also making an impact politically, right? You understand his family's involvement in politics of the states, right? Also have the Ashakes, the Kiss Daniels, the Remas, the Era Stars, all those were making waves. Tiwa Savage, all those were making waves and showing that Afrobeat is putting Lagos out there, putting Nigeria out there on the map, and the global dominance is not up for debate, okay? Of global dominance of Afrobeat, right? And a lot of people are really catching the bug across the globe. So, and that success can actually drive significant downstream growth in several related sectors within Lagos. Okay, so we talk about Lagos being a home to recording studios, to talent management agencies, and of course lawyers who ensure that the best deals are got for these talents, and of course event production companies, right? That all these are part of that creative ecosystem that Lagos hosts. All right, so Lagos has been presented as a platform where that's made for the transformation of the music industry into something that has become very lucrative, highly lucrative commercially, financially. Okay, and when you talk about that export sector, so Afrobeat is really showing its strength. Okay. And when you look at the income, in terms of digital streaming revenue, there are millions of dollars in royalties that are actually coming to the economy via platforms, like YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, and all that. So you understand how significant, the Afrobeats as a product has become. Okay, and Lagos are playing that significant role. Okay, and also upscaling status as that economic gateway of Africa, and of course you talk about tourism, all right? You talk about cultural tourism, that global impact of that exports of that cultural exports, and like we talk about Dirty December in Lagos, that's becoming phenomenal and becoming bigger every year, right? Drawing thousands of international visitors and members of the diaspora, African diaspora, to Lagos every December, and that's a significant impact on the hospitality industry and allied sectors. Okay, so of course, also look at the impact on fashion, on taste, on the design, and the impact of local fashion houses, luxury streetwear brands, stylists that are very creative, so that they have that international visibility, and they attend international fashion shows, and they are able to compete with global brands, okay, relatively, and of course you understand that they are able to influence style on the continent, okay, and that also has an economic impact as it were. So, and we want to also look at the transformation of infrastructure. Okay, Lagos is not there yet. Maybe Lagos is the pace might have changed, right? And might need to up the pace, as it were. Okay, and you understand that to manage a mega city actually requires massive public, commitment, and also private capital too, to ensure that you have a resilient infrastructure, not infrastructure that will unravel to use and so on. So it's very, very important that strategic master plans are able to transform the infrastructural landscape in a timely manner, in a timely fashion. Okay, talking about policies that enhance the transport, energy, housing, ecosystems. Okay, so very, very important. All right, so like you understand that Lagos has to take advantage of its geography to employ multimodal transportation, okay, networks, and the urban gridlock, traffic gridlock in Lagos is legendary. It's not something that's palatable. You have man hours lost in traffic daily. So very important, okay, that Lagos upskills in terms of infrastructure and in terms of taking advantage of its geography and ensuring that the multimodal transportation networks are optimized. Yes, and in terms of transport, of course, we have the Lagos Rail Mass Transit and the operationalization of the Blue Line, right? So, and that's an electric-powered rail line running from Maito to Marina, and we also have the Red Line running from Agbado to Oyinbo, okay? And that's mutual transformation, okay? Just coming so late, and when you talk about matching the resources with development, I think this is something that could have come earlier, and Africa would have had much more, if costs were more rationalized, okay? And I think that's what the data shows. So, and these systems are actually helping reducing commuting times, right, for hundreds of thousands of workers, and also helps help reduce the impact on the environment in terms of lowering the carbon footprints. Okay, so of course the impacts on the enhancement of productivity is not in doubt. Okay, and of course the existing BRT, utilization of dedicated bus lanes, okay, moving millions of commuters daily, across these corridors, and providing relatively affordable, yes, and relatively predictable, right, and relatively structured mass transit. It's safe, but still largely inadequate. Okay, so of course there's a transformation going on in the transport sector, road transport sector, public transport sector. So and let's see how that goes. I should be optimistic that the government should deliver, and hope that, especially when it comes to the proverbial banana peel corruption, I hope it doesn't think better of the ambitions of the state government in that regard. Right, and of course the Lagos ferry services, the lag ferry, existing lag ferries, so and that's why that the expansion and the modernization of the water transport infrastructure. Okay, new terminals that is still inadequate. Without more investments in hospital. Okay, so we have modern passenger ferries. Okay, if more infrastructure, more investment in that regard will help reduce the burden, okay, on the roads. Road infrastructure. Okay, Lagos take real advantage of its geography and ensure that people and goods are ferried in an efficient manner. So Lagos, in effect, needs to utilize its extensive waterways to bypass those bottlenecks on the highway, the gridlocks on the highway, so that the congestion reduced to the minimum. And of course, the Omi-Eko project, that's of course in the pipeline too. That's okay. So we see how that goes. That's ambitious, and like I said, like most government programs, good on paper, the implementation and the need to mitigate corruption and to ensure that our goals are achieved in an efficient fashion. Yes, and of course, we also want to look at the governance model. Okay, how Lagos has been trying to assert fiscal autonomy. Okay, that model, right, and it's actually a defining characteristic for Lagos. Okay, that actually enhances Lagos' economic status, sets it apart from other subnational contraptions in Africa. Talking about that model of fiscal sustainability and strategic governance. Okay, so talking about how the Lagos Internal Revenue Service has been able to help Lagos sort of be as financially independent as possible. Okay, Lagos is by far the state that can actually survive without federal allocation, unlike most states in Nigeria that rely heavily on the monthly allocations from the FARC. All right, so with that, you understand that Lagos is in pole position when it comes to being an economic gateway, that level of financial independence for us national. All right, so like I said, the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service played a key role in that regard, and been able to digitize the tax administration and expanded the tax base and streamlining collection processes, okay, for all taxes, personal income tax, corporate tax, and so on and so forth.
At Armor Gates Training, we believe professional development should do more than inform. It should transform how people work, lead, and deliver results. That's why we support organizations through conceptual insight, practical learning, and performance evaluation right at the intersection of leadership, strategy, and institutional transformation. Our approach focuses on practical learning format that professionals can immediately apply in their workplace. At Armor Gate, we don't teach theory alone. We equip participants with real-world insight drawn from almost 2 decades of organizational transformation experience. Our programs combine multiple learning methods designed for real-time measurable results. Through seminars, we facilitate deep conversation on key subjects. Using group exercises, participants collaborate, reflect, and think strategically. With case studies, they then sharpened analytical and decision-making skills using real industry scenarios. Through relevant videos, we spark insightful discussions using relatable real-life context. All in all, every participant develops an individual work plan, ensuring the learning turns into real action after the program. Our training programs are hosted in world-class venues across global cities, including Addis Ababa, Nairobi, Mombasa, Cape Town, Dubai, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, London, Florida, and Washington, D.C. Let's work with you to turn learning into your organization's growth. For more inquiries, call +234 807 9574 151 or WhatsApp +1 610 504 6026. Visit www.thearmorgate.org. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Armorgate. Armorgate Training, transforming knowledge, interaction, and growth.
What happens is the impact of the the tax administration on the economy, on the people. That's that debate entirely. It's, the fact is that Lagos consistently generates more internal revenue. Okay, Lagos consistently generates more internal revenue. Okay, than several African countries combined. Okay, so and the framework is robust, is predictable, and independent. Okay, the revenue model of Lagos that strengthens its position. Okay, when we talk in terms of being an economic gateway. Okay, constantly generates more internal revenue than several African nations combined. And this revenue model that allows it to access international capital markets, of course, subject to the National Assembly approval, and being able to secure facilities, development facilities from the World Bank, the African Development Bank, and being also be able to enter into relatively large-scale public-private partnerships and try to be ambitious in terms of providing infrastructure for negotiations and general. So we talk about that revenue framework that is relatively robust, that's relatively predictable, and of course is independent, and which allows the states to be able to be ambitious as possible. Now let's also do an overview of the Lagos State Development Plan. It's usually always referred to in Lagos circles, in Nigeria's circles. Okay, especially when talking in terms of the current president of Nigeria. So you understand that Lagos operates under a comprehensive and long-term development blueprint. Okay, which is the Lagos State Development Plan. And this development plan actually rests on four critical pillars, right? Economic growth, infrastructure development, social development and human capital, and a sustainable environment. Okay, economic growth, infrastructure development, social development and human capital, and a sustainable environment. So for economic growth, the goal is to foster a competitive, investment-friendly business climate, right? Something that's a climate that will engender investment, private investment, right? So talking about the ease of doing business, talking about streamlining business processes, talking about streamlining regulation and all that. So, and to infrastructure development, very, very key for a mega city, building resilient modern utilities, transport networks, and smart city technologies. Okay, building resilient modern utilities, transport networks, and smart city technologies. Very, very important. Use of technology will help doing things better, doing things in a more efficient way, okay, and help the population, the person, ever-teeming population of Lagos to be able to get by and as much as possible also get ahead, right? Okay, and daily pursuits of the better life. Okay, that's so Lagos supposedly offers, and of course being positioned as the economic gateway of Africa. And social development and human capital, talking about the enhancement of public healthcare, tech-focused vocational education, and social safety nets. All right, social safety nets. Okay, tech-focused vocational education, right? That will ensure that skills rather than certificates, being emphasized. That okay, projects. What can you do? Or what can you offer? I mean, what do you bring to the table in terms of what's about skills. All right, and that's like a shift too. And of course, public health care, health is wealth, and the citizenry have to be taken care of health-wise in order to enhance our productivity. Right, that's logical. And social safety nets, in terms of interventions for unemployed, for the elderly, society, person living with disabilities, and because in the cultural setting of Lagos in Africa, looking out for our brothers, being our brother's keeper, this communal life, communal living, right? And of course, so that is well aligned culturally, and of course, sustainable environments, implementing flood defenses, waste to energy initiatives, and talking about green urban planning to build resilience against climate change. Right? So we will still talk about different initiatives in particular, specifically, okay, that being undertaken by the Lagos State government, the subnational government, right, to ensure a sustainable environment, and also look at the challenges and the responses, and how the things are panning out, the dynamics, right? So also prefer recommendations, solutions, right, that we believe that have worked in other climes, and believe that can be adapted to. So continue to enhance Lagos' status as the economic great gateway of Africa. All right, so that's very important. Okay, building of flood defenses, and of course, the policies have to be well aligned. All right, have to be integrated to ensure that there are no conflicts. Okay, we have to ensure that in order to have a sustainable environment, right? Development too, in terms of physical development, housing development too, must also conform, right, to environmental standards, right? So we want to ensure that the ESG factors are well satisfied. We want to ensure that the environmental, social impact assessment is done, and the report is well considered in decision making, so that we achieve a sustainable environment. Very, very important. So we're still going to all of that deeper as we go on subsequent episodes. And at this juncture, we've come to the end of today's episode. And until I come up with your devices again, please keep learning, keep impacting. Bye bye and God bless. Thank you.
Harmogate, founded in 2008 out of a desire to build transgenerational structures for organizations, institutions, and nations. We have worked with large businesses, international development organizations, and public sector ministries and agencies. Harmogate, our uniqueness is that we do not just work for you, we work with you. For example, we do not leave you to the task after sourcing talent that will help the new hire settle into robust leadership development programs. We are technical experts in advising and supporting institutions on strategy and leadership, artificial intelligence, strategic human resource management, public sector reform, finance, audit and tax, FAT, and strategic communications. We do all this and more out of a desire to transform nations through institutions and organizations. For further inquiries, email contact@theharmogate.org or call +234 810 999 6666, +234 807 957 4151, and +161 0504 6026. www.thearmorgate.org. Armorgate, building to endure and transforming nations through institutions and organizations.